for it to show up on the
So we
online.
might be live.
It's a possibility.
We're always live,
We're never live.
but
We're
we're
all
doing it
dead.
live.
It says
But
we're
we're
live.
doing it live.
Never do it live. What are you talking about?
Says we're live.
Alright, cool. We are live. Hey guys, welcome back to another session of Sigil of Storms. This time we actually have everyone, the Risuki here, and probably a minute
Momentarily.
or two. So yeah, last time we, the party decided to head off and look into a few of the sigils again, fly off, see more, get more details, etc., etc. You flew over one that was, let me actually move everyone to the world map so I can point things out while pointing things out.
That would be very helpful for me.
Actually over here. Yes, it would, I know. So the party started off in Gatesill. You ended up flying over, you checked out the sigil that was over the water here. In the process of going in that direction, you were actually attacked in the air by a bunch of devils, several of them riding nightmares, and then a bone devil, which tried to yank people off the ship with minimal success. You managed to fight that off. Atagi turned out to be at least a target, it seems, considering several of them went right after her. She survived, though, just getting tended, being wounded, and you continued on your trip. Your goal was to fly off to Starpoint, which is where the party is now, to kind of find some details, investigate into where the other sigil is. And in the process of being there, it's kind of like a more resort town, etc., etc. And as you were there, you kind of met a interesting fellow who Lily realized was another noble, the bastard son of the King of Haven. Which means while he is a noble, he doesn't technically hold that much power, which it's kind of not a surprise while he went off on his own. However, they also learned that he has investigated a number of things. The strangeties of the world, how, like, what was exactly he was looking into? I think it was a bit with the storms he was looking into because they were strange. I don't think he explained too much into that because the party also realized he had an artifact, explicitly the sigil that was in this area. A null rod, as he called it. And they kind of had debates back and forth. Nothing really came much of it because he was stubborn, and realistically, why would he give up this artifact to people he had just... he met Lily before, but to a bunch of people that he barely really knew. Despite Lily's very insistent behavior in trying to get it from him. And he finally agreed that they'll just talk again in the morning. So, with it being the evening, let me move you back to the map for Starpoint. With it being the evening now, was everyone going to head back to the ship to rest up for the night, or what happened?
No, the ship's a half a day's traveled away.
I said it was like 3 hours.
We're gonna stay
2
at
3
the
hours.
inn.
Alright, fair enough. So, that'll probably cost you 5 gold a person.
Okay, and how much does that add up to for how many people are with us?
There were 3 people there. Because Ione, I think, would have gone back to the ship.
I own, so...
Yeah, because it's going to be the foxes.
Well, I own it. Yeah.
Yeah, because Ione was out in the woods and everything. She
No, I was
wasn't
thinking
really
of the
at town.
third one, because I knew Sayara wasn't there, I was just remembering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm just going to say 5 gold per night. Or, yeah, per person per night. I don't remember the cost off the top of my head, so that sounds reasonable. Probably, maybe. It is a resort place, so it's either cheap or expensive. Either way, it makes sense.
It's super expensive, but that's okay.
It's
It
a
makes
resort
sense.
town. It's going in there, though. It is a very nice room. Like, you saw probably one of the nicest places this inn had for Darwin's room. But the rooms you have are just like a half step below. Like, Lily, this is probably a little better than the room you had back in Haven.
Better than Haven?
A little better. And keep in mind, you are a lower class noble, so it's not impossible for that to happen.
Well, Lily's comfy.
Yeah. Yeah. Azul kind of is just looking around in her room, and she's just like, she just doesn't really know what to do. It's just too fancy for what she ever would expect.
Hey, Azul. This is what you do.
Yeah?
You get on the bed, and you jump.
Is that why there's a hole in the ceiling?
Of course. You just keep jumping until you're tired, and then you sleep in it.
Lily,
And he's just gonna turn into a fox and start jumping on the bed.
Lily's gonna cost us extra money.
Lily's gonna go back to her room and snuggle. Just so cozy. It's been forever since I've had a good bed.
And then a fox comes in and jumps on Lily's bed. Then runs out.
Like, realistically, you could have probably gotten the rooms for like a gold apiece, but then Lily would deprive herself of this amazing room.
She's basically making the motions of a snow angel on her bed. So comfy.
Yip. Yif.
Alright, and where's Susan back? Yeah, so we're just assuming Ione went back to the ship to sleep for the night.
Yeah. She does that.
The sun will have set, night comes and passes. Morning is announced pretty much by a few rays of sunlight coming in through the window.
Lily snores really loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was out there.
Okay.
Yeah, she was at the ship. So what are you gonna do at this point now that you're awake? Or sun's up anyway?
I'll probably
well,
sleep for
breakfast.
another hour and then try to find the
Boom.
What?
Lily,
What?
breakfast time.
But it's a cozy bed.
No, breakfast.
Bring it here.
No.
At about this point, the same bunny bartender that you saw the night below downstairs walk by. If she wants it to be brought to her, that'll cost an extra gold.
Lily, downstairs breakfast now.
I haven't had a breakfast
No.
in bed in like
No,
almost a year. It's
Lily, I'm coming in.
fine.
And Azul is just kind of laughing hysterically at this entire thing.
Fine. I'll get up.
Good. Even if the door was locked, I could easily shoot it out.
That would probably cost another gold.
They can't prove what shot it.
Yeah, you
The
go
bunny
down.
is still there behind you.
You go down, and I'll keep up with you.
No, we'll go together. I don't trust you.
Fine. Lily gets up and opens the door.
And Shiki will put her down, grab her, and guide her downstairs.
And Azul continues to laugh hysterically as she follows.
You know you're a pain.
You're a
she really
pain.
is.
I'm not a pain.
It's so comfy. You don't wake a girl out of her comfy bed and then deny her breakfast. What kind of monster are you?
This is why nobles are such a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Fine.
Leave it to the working class to actually have some get up and go.
Alright, but next time we come here, I am getting myself some breakfast in bed. For
No.
1 gold, do you know how
No.
great that would be?
No.
And as you get down to the bottom, it is a complimentary continental breakfast. So
So it's
pretty
free?
much all you can. So it's free, yes.
No.
Bunch of food laid out. There's ham, there's sausage, there's eggs, there's a few people who are trying to cook like pancakes and such. Doing a remarkably good job considering they're doing it over fire.
Chicken?
Who would have chicken for breakfast?
Is what's his face there?
Actually, no, Darwin is not there. You do, however, see Serial, the elf he was with.
Lily
Sorry.
will go over and say hello.
And she'll, noticeably, she'll say, yes, hello. There's, he would have been here, but he's been down at the beach speaking with Des for the last hour or two.
Oh, so he didn't get breakfast in bed either.
He's not really used to it, actually.
Right. Maybe
So,
maybe we should
so
go.
who's this?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude.
were you there?
She was there.
Yeah,
I
weren't
was
you
there.
there? Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should go talk to him and this desk person.
Don't you want to eat first?
But breakfast. Oh.
If it's not in bed, it's not even worth it. It's just gonna take a roll and eat it.
And
Lily.
she just kind of looks at Lily questioningly as she continues to eat her decent-sized meal.
Lily, how will you keep your strength for the rest of the day?
Through anger at you for denying me what's rightfully mine.
Well, you have been a real.
And
Wow.
Sario just kind of sighs. You are just like him.
But
She'll
I
just like grab like a dozen rolls and start heading out towards the beach.
I don't understand novels.
I unfortunately do. And Azul kind of just nods. She has her face stuffed with food at this point, so she can't really speak.
So yeah, Lily's heading out.
The rest of you just gonna grab a bite to eat, or gonna follow Lily immediately, or what have you?
I'm gonna grab a quick bite to eat.
So Lily, you're kind of just stuck waiting.
I'm
For the
heading
others
towards
to-
the beach. I'm heading towards where he said or where Shiki said that she first saw him.
All right, and you'll get over there and roll perception.
Is the sand fort still there?
Nah, it's been washed away by the waves.
Or Shiki?
There was a tide. What do you expect?
Even Shiki knows that.
Yeah. Lily, you don't actually see him.
Alright, well, Lily's gonna keep looking around for him. Didn't
All right.
they just tell her where Des was?
No,
No.
they never mentioned where she was.
You said that he was outside.
Well, she's gonna look around, and if she doesn't see anyone in the next 10 minutes, head back towards the inn.
Well, in about the 10 minutes where you don't see anyone, the rest of the group will come out as well, and Sario with them. They've already eaten themselves, and she sees Lily still looking around and just asked, "Did you not find them?"
Well, no one told me where they were. I thought they were at the beach, so...
Well, we were hoping that you would kind of eat with the rest of us and everything else.
Well, I wanted to talk to him.
Believe me, you don't really want to interrupt their discussion.
Is it heated?
Around this point, you hear from the distance a crackle as though from a fire, and you can see a small wave of flame slashed out in the distance. I would say it's pretty heated. Sario is already heading in that direction. Azul is as well, moderately curious.
Lily will
He's
be
super-
following.
He's super dead.
And as you head off in that direction, you'll eventually see around the corner, Darvin is standing there. He kind of just has his hand. You could probably recognize it as a spell casting pose, or more or less. Like he's not immediately casting. It's just like he's prepared to throw a spell. His hair actually looks a little singed, and there's a bit of a cut on his cheek. And across the way, probably 10 feet away, is the boat that Shiki had seen the previous day, and sitting upright in it is a woman. Her skin is fair. I think it's like sandy brown hair, and she has two long swords in her hands. Both of them are alight with fire, and one is pointed at Darvin.
Lily is going to take up a stance next to Darvin and draw her own blade. Need some help? Light it on fire.
And Darvin at this point will kind of just sigh, and he'll lower his hand properly. No, we just had a minor disagreement. You
Minor?
win. Sario will kind of just come up. Yes, they often fight like this. It's kind of interesting, really. She's the only one who can really keep him in line.
She looks
And
like she'll
Darvin-
break him in two.
And Darvin kind of just spits on the ground, muttering quietly to himself.
So she's the one with she's actually the one with the pants in the relationship.
Lily's right next to Darwin. Does she catch what he says?
Yes, actually, Lily will. Lily, you can hear her mutter, "Never should have rescued her."
Okay.
In this point, the woman who in the boat, who you pretty much assume to be Des, will kind of just sheath her swords back, the flame going out, and she'll kind of just look at the party, leaning over the edge of the boat as like cross her arms and just kind of leans on them. So these are the people you mentioned. Hello.
Hiya.
Hey.
Lily's gonna sheath her own sword.
So he's explained a lot. You want that artifact thing he found, the magic stick?
Well, see, I think maybe we got off on the wrong foot with that. The reason I wanted that was because I think that would really help out a lot of people. And we've found a lot of these other artifacts, and if we can piece all the pieces of the puzzle together, I don't know, maybe we'll find something. But you've got no reason to trust me. Having just met me and all. Well, aside from Darwin, but we weren't exactly best of pals.
Even I don't have real reason to trust you. Oh.
Not
So
helping.
that's what it is. Well then, as I keep trying to remind him, we don't actually need that artifact.
Well, I understand how it'd be very helpful. I mean, that's part of why we want it. So, I've got a deal for you if you would like to consider it.
And Darwin will kind of just step forward towards Des and turn around to look at Lily in the group. What sort of deal?
Well, you have no reason to give me that artifact. You have no idea
But
whether I'm doing it for my own gain or for the good of the people. So, how about this? Travel with us for a little bit. We'll tell you everything we know about the artifacts. And if you find that we are worthy, you can give it to us. And if you don't find that we are worthy, well, we'll part ways.
At this point, you can hear Des just kind of laughing in the boat. You expect him to be that altruistic? Even I wasn't that foolish. And
Well,
Darwin just kind of seems to...
We are
He doesn't-
offering information.
Lily, I'm gonna. Excuse me for a second. I put in Lily whisper. You know he only wants that because it's one of a kind and shiny, right? Like, it's as for you're a noble, Lily. You know nobles like shiny things.
Well, nobles also like information. Information is power.
Yes, but he has something to show.
You know what else he could do? He could have one of
Well-
your one-of-a-kind blasty sticks.
He is not having a one of a kind blasty stick.
Well, there's a lot of other things that he might be able to gain.
I'm not for sale.
I'm not for sale either, Azul will chime in.
Well, let's
You
see
can
what they
sell-
have to
You can
say.
sell, you can sell yourself.
It doesn't really help to shoot down an idea before they do, so...
And while you're having this little discussion yourself, Serial had gone over to them to listen to Des and Darwin. They're kind of having a discussion themselves in a
Okay.
few hushed tones.
Fair enough. Go on then, Lily. Keep talking.
And as this finished up, Darwin will kind of turn back to look at the group, waiting for you to finish, and then he'll go to speak up. All right. With her insistent reminders, she regrettably is right. I was hoping to use this to help get me into the tower in the Blight, but as Des has so kindly reminded me of, it won't do much good as we need more of a portal key. I think I know where we can start looking to find one, but...
You want the
Well.
manpower.
Well, it's not just that. Just because we know where to start looking doesn't mean we know where that is. If you were to help us get this portal key, I suppose I would be willing to trade.
Well, I also would want to point out the Blight is sort of dangerous. Might be difficult for you to
course.
go in there yourself.
Lily,
Of course it's dangerous. It's the Shadowfell, for Christ's sake. for
Lily,
that to make sense.
Lily, we should get the key for him first, then we can see about.
I agree. We will help you find your key.
Excellent. So then, perhaps we should take this discussion towards your ship. I think you've mentioned you had one, and maybe speak to the rest of your group as well.
That sounds like a good idea. Maybe we could ride your ship there.
I suppose that would make sense. We do have enough lift and what have you to get you there. Come on, everyone, get in the boat. And Serio kind of just rolls her eyes, but she climbs in the front. Darvin will climb into the side as well, and will kind of just motion to empty spots for the rest of you.
Is it bigger on the inside?
It looks tight.
Like, it's not the biggest boat.
Is Lily gonna have to sit in Darvin's lap?
No, it's not. Like, I'm gonna say it could probably hold 10 people relatively well, but it would be like a cramped thing for 10 people. It'd be like more of a ship you would drop off of a massive warship to go inland. Like an oversized rowboat more than anything.
Excuse me, coming on. Excuse me.
And as you all of you climb in, you notice for the first time, what you didn't sense Des has never left the boat at this point. Her lower half is that of a snake.
We've seen that before. I have it.
And she kind of notices that Lily is completely unfazed.
Azul, she's a snake. She's a snake lady.
Yeah, we've seen one before, and that will definitely get Des' attention. Oh, you have? Where at?
Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to tell you. We met one up in Ashenport.
Darvin, I do believe we're going to have to go up there at some point. And he kind of just rolls his eyes and starts going through the process of getting the ship up into the air. There's like a large box, essentially, in the center, which from it lifts up a large gas bag. And from there, it's just a few propellers in the back, actually, which kind of like windmills, then spin on their own power, and they start propelling the ship forward.
After the hard work of getting up into the air is done, Lily's just going to mention to Darvin, well, one thing I should probably note is not everyone who is on our boat is maybe as trustworthy as I am. Would you like to go by a different name?
Well,
we did have to hire a sailing crew after all.
What's the worst that could happen? Are they really going to send somebody after me?
They haven't sent anyone after me yet, so probably not.
He kind of just chuckles a bit more, and the ship will, his little flying ship will kind of sail around it. A trip that would take normally 3 hours by land, it takes only like 15-20 minutes.
Yep, definitely a good idea.
Yeah. Eventually,
is
sail around towards the ship, and I'll take everyone back to the... Was Ione going to... Was that comment right
Ione was waiting outside of town for the group.
So Ione's going to continue to be there?
If
if
Ione was
for the group.
If Ione told us that, then we probably would have
Yeah, she did.
mentioned that to her or found her or something.
You could probably have sent Azul back, polymorph into a bird, let Ione know, and then head back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll work on that.
Or we could just have, Ione can stay.
Just wait then.
We'll get a new character for Risu.
Alright.
I have one
And
ready.
the group of
but
you will head
I'd
back.
rather not.
You'll land on the top deck. I'm just going to move everyone of importance to the top deck.
I'll move myself. Get your hands off me.
Grab Azul. Where does Azul go?
I
I literally don't know where Azul went because you grabbed mid-process.
She is there.
Yes, I grabbed her. And as you get there, you'll kind of land at the side of the ship. You can see Bran is there. Criley would be keeping guard up at the top watch. You don't see any of the deckhands, actually. Actually, you would see them. They're down below the ship, near the water, and they all have fishing poles.
Okay.
Nice to see they're working hard.
Oh, if they could
It's
take a day
essentially
off.
shore leave. Um,
Do we have
and,
awesome
yeah,
tokens for these people? Oh, we do.
Cesario, Arvin, and Des.
And Ione will make her way back.
Oh crap! You had to make him cute. Oh no.
He is very charismatic. You do know that for a fact. It's
Lily,
just Des doesn't really care.
Lily, don't you have to get married to a noble in like a year's time?
No,
There you go.
that's
There you go. There you go.
that's the preferable way to do things. But no, I don't have to get married to anyone.
Yeah, and you land on the ship. You'll see Veth is she'll walk up to the top deck around this point. He'll come up as well in his full plate armor. Kind of look over the landing rowboat, essentially, along with the group that gets out of it.
Can this thing lower any faster?
Yes, it can.
Do you want it to?
I mean, this boat has been reinforced, so the landing won't really bother me.
Well, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but our one's made out of mahogany. Mahogany.
Drat.
I see Bran has been enjoying his vacation.
Yeah, he's been sleeping for a good portion of it.
Lily's gonna go over to Bran and basically just mention to him, "Hey, this guy is important. Watch him as well as you would watch me."
Kind of just not look at Lily and nod slowly. All right, so we have Sayara here. Sayara coming up top deck.
I think she'd still technically be below deck because she just thinks, oh, they're just back. They'll probably tell me
Well, you
eventually.
would have heard a thud on the deck of the ship.
Lily would tell Veth that it might be a good idea to get all hands on deck, just
All
for
right,
introductions.
And Veth will go out there and she will call into the little PA system, whatever you want to call it, the horn next to the captain's wheel, and call all hands to the top of the deck, have company, and then she'll go to the side of the deck and yell down to the 3 deckhands. And her yelling is a lot louder than the PA system. So you kind of hear her
That's
voice
impressive.
at a nice level tone at first, coming through the various horns or what have you in the rooms. And then you hear this loud voice screaming over the side, because they're probably like 30, 40, 50 feet below.
Well, we did hire her to be a captain, so she's doing her job.
Yeah, and eventually everyone will start making their way back up. The 3 deckhands will kind of grab onto the rope ladder they have down there, and they'll start climbing up slowly to get up to the top.
I wonder if they caught anything good.
Lily will just
Hungry.
introduce everyone, so we can skip that.
And Darwin will go on to restate his little ID agreement, and he'll have the null rod in his hand at the point. He's holding it in one hand, it's kind of leaned back, so it's under his arm at the same point, so you can see it, but getting away from him without him knowing would be impossible. And it
So
seems
what
more like a
with this-
defense.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I was going to do something.
Yeah,
go
go
ahead,
on.
finish your
Go.
thing first.
Yeah, no, I was pretty much done with it, so go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to have Sierra go, so why is she a snake?
Because there are snake people.
And
Well-
Des will continue. And yeah, Des will explain that. It's where I come from, there are a number of us like this. A few different tribes, actually, but, well, I'm not home anymore.
And we've
So
fought
that's
people
normal.
that are sort of like that too, so...
Sayara, don't be rude.
So you're a constrictor.
A desert snake, but we do fight in a similar way.
So, Darwin, you say that your rod is a... I'm sorry.
Oh god.
You say that your rod is able to get rid of any magic, right?
Any that I've tried it on so far.
Have you tried it on your boat?
That is the wondrous thing about the boat. The way it flies is not inherently magical. I mean, yes, it does use magic to get that light air material to fill the sack with, and the actual propulsion forward is done through at least powered through magical means, but the way it flies is not inherently magical.
Is a rod that nullifies magic safe on this ship?